the Indian community is a wealthy community in the U.S. In fact, it's the wealthiest ethnic community and growing very rapidly. It's one of the more, often in terms of immigration growth, one doesn't tend to look at the Indian community because it doesn't represent what many people think as a growing immigrant community, which tend to be poor, often has jobs at the lower end of the academic level. Less educated, whereas the Indian community is well educated. It's the wealthiest community. Where do Indians live in cities? They tend to live in the exclusive areas of cities, like in the Washington area. They tend to live in the very exclusive area on the other side of the Potomac River. So they have that kind of reputation.
That's a great insight that they're not even treated as immigrants because they don't fit the bill of an average immigrant.
They don't fit the bill. Most of them speak English. There is a small minority, like illegals. There are some, we might want to get into that. There are illegals, and the illegals tend to come from very poor families. But the majority of the some 4 to 5 million are not. And they're the ones that stand out as people either in your workplace or where you live. And they're even beginning to join the clubs of the upper class kind of clubs, the golfing clubs and that sort of thing. You now find Indian names, scattered about. Look at the Wall Street Journal. On any day, the Wall Street Journal has a lot of information about who's going where in company. There are Indian names. My wife one day decided to take a look how many she was able to pick out about 15 names of clearly Indian names that were there, and she wasn't sure whether there might be more because some might have changed their name to anglicize. And that is, though the Indians tend to do less of that, but there are some Indians who have anglicized their name or made it simpler so it isn't so complicated to speak or to pronounce.